My name's Sam, and this is my channel. Do 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 do. Hey everybody, today we'll be making 3 Wreck-It Ralph inspired crafts. We'll be starting by making a Fix-It Felix candy jar. First, we're going to cut several rectangles out of our polymer clay, and then cut those rectangles into squares. These will be our starburst. Then we're going to cut several more rectangles to make into candy bars. Some candy is textured, so have fun with it. These will be Laffy Taffy. Next, we're going to roll out small circles of clay and flatten them out, and these will be our little M&Ms to fill in space on the jar. I'll also be making peppermints to go on the jar. First, you're going to want to flatten out a piece of clay into a small sheet. And then you're going to want to find something circular to stamp out little circles for the peppermints. To mimic the wrapper, we'll be taking extra pieces of clay from the cutout sheet, folding it in half until it gives us a little teardrop shape, and then we'll be twisting it up. And there you have the end of the plastic wrapper. Press that onto your peppermint, and this is what it should look like. Now we're going to stick all our candy onto the jar. To give the candy bars a little more detail, we're going to take a serrated knife, and we're going to press out each end and slice it with the tip of the knife. It'll look something like this when you're done. Now we're going to fill in all the empty spaces with our M&Ms. Finally, we'll be making Felix's hammer out of some extra clay, and we'll be taking that with some extra pieces of candy that I've made and gluing it to the top of the jar. And this is what this will look like before it's all painted. All of this is going to be glued on top. For our next project, we're going to be making a melted sour bill incense holder. We're going to start with a sphere of clay and cut out a little triangular piece until it almost becomes a Pac-Man-like shape. Then we're going to use a pinch pot method and pinch out a little tray for our incense. Once you have the general shape you want, we're going to make Sour Bill's sad little drooping eyes. We're going to make little circles, and then I'm going to craft eyelids onto them. Once I'm done with the eyes, we're going to take 4 pieces of clay and roll them into circles for the arms and legs. Then we'll attach those to the body. Don't forget to cut the hole for your incense stick. Now we're going to make little angry eyebrows. And this is what he looks like when you're done. So angry, so melty. And for our third and final craft, we'll be doing the Cookie Hero Medal. First, we're going to take our clay in a flat sheet and cut out the shape of a heart. To mimic the frosting on a cookie, we'll be rolling out a snake of clay and adding it to the edges. This cookie also has sprinkles, so we'll be taking teeny pieces of clay and rolling them into little sprinkles. We'll also be adding a layer of frosting rope to the back of the cookie as well. Don't forget to cut your hole. Now let's start painting our candy pieces. We're going to be using Starbursts, Peppermints, Milky Ways, Reese's Cups, and Laffy Taffies. We're also going to paint the jar lid black. And this is what the jar looks like once all the candy pieces have been painted on it. Next, we're going to take some glue and glue down our hammer and extra candy on the lid. And this is what the lid looks like. All together, we have a cute little Fix-It Felix candy jar. And now we'll move on to painting our melted sour bill. He's mostly just dark green with a bit of lighter green around the eyes. And we'll set him aside to dry. And this is what he looks like all painted. And last but not least, our cookie. We'll be taking some brown paint for the frosting and light tan paint for the cookie. I'm taking an old pen and some white paint to draw the lettering. On the opposite side, we'll be painting the cookie blue. And then once it's dry, we'll be adding our sprinkles. I made 3 different colors: white, tan, and pink. Once again, I'll be using an old pen and some white paint to draw onto the cookie. I bought some red leather cord to mimic the licorice tie, and this is what the final product looks like. Thank you all for watching my video. I hope you tune in next week for more shenanigans, and until next time, have a good night.